Hello, and welcome to another Scriptcase tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at using social logins with Facebook. My name is Nate Carpenter, and I'm going to be showing you how to integrate logging in with Facebook to your web application built with Scriptcase. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do to set up logging in with Facebook in Scriptcase is we need to set up an application in the Facebook Developer API. So to do that, we need to go to developers.facebook.com. right here in the URL. Once we go there, we can log in. If you don't have a Facebook account, you need to log in and then register as a developer. And then once you're logged in here, it will look something like this. And you can go up here to My Apps. And as you can see, I don't have any apps set up right now, so I'm going to create an app. So click Create App. I'm going to name it something. So I'm going to call it SE Demo. You can name it whatever you want. Put in whatever contact email you'd like, and then click Create App ID. And then it's going to have us do a CAPTCHA here. Make sure we're not a robot. Hit Submit. Okay, so we have our app created, SC Demo right here. And it has us some options to kind of get us quick started and give us some documentation. But what we really need to do is go over here to this left menu, click on Settings, and then Basic. And we need to set up a few of these settings here. So first we need to set up the domain of our app. I'm going to put that in. And then if you want to set up a namespace so your application can be accessed from Facebook, some terms, you can set up some information about yourself, but then you need to set up a platform. So this is going to be a web platform. And that's going to be the same thing here. So I'm going to choose mine here. So necarpenter.com, make sure it's HTTPS. And then we can hit Save Changes to save those changes. And then up here at the top, you see we have an app ID and an app secret. Those are the two pieces of information we'll need to integrate this into Scriptcase. So let's go over to Scriptcase and set this up inside of our security module. Okay, so here we are in the Scriptcase development environment, and we're going to set up a new security module. So we're going to go to the top blue menu here and select Security. We're going to choose Group Security and click Next. Choose our connection. Prefix our tables with Facebook. Delete them if they already exist, if we might have done this already. And we need to make sure we check this option that says Use Social Networks. That'll give us this place to put in the app ID and our secret. So then we can click Next, created all of our tables. This gives us some information about those, but we can click Next on this. We just need to do a prefix for our applications. I'm going to choose to use some encryption here. Select our folder name to keep those applications in. Select a menu. That's all we need to do on that page, but we need to go down to social network here. And here we have our social networks, Facebook, Twitter, and Google. We're going to check the one for Facebook. And we have our app ID and secret. So let's go copy those from the Facebook API. So select our app ID, copy it, and paste it in right here. And then our secret. So let's go back, and we'll have to tell it to show. There it is. It might prompt you to log into your Facebook account, re-enter your password to show that. But you can just enter that in and then it will give you your secret. I'm going to paste it in there. So that is all set up. Now we can click Next. Click OK on this. Don't need to review these at this time. Click Next again. Don't need to save a profile right now unless you wanted to. So we're going to generate our security and then generate our source code. And then after this, we should have our new set of security applications set up to log in with Facebook. once this is done generating. Okay, and let's open up the project. Okay, so we're in our security FB folder, and we have our app FB login. So let's open that here. And if you go to authentications here in the left menu, you see our app ID and our secret already put in there. And then when it returns from Facebook, it's going to call this FB return method, which we're going to look at in a bit to see a little bit of what that does. That's going to set up the Facebook users inside of your security database. So let's go ahead and run this. And we're going to see our Facebook button. Now we're going to click on this, but we're going to get an error. We first need to add our URL to the allowed URLs in our Facebook API with the login settings. So we're going to copy this. I'm going to go back to the Facebook API. And we're going to go to products here. We're going to hit the plus sign to add a product. Let's scroll down here on this page. And we're going to add Facebook login. So let's get that set up. So we have our Facebook login here. Now we need to go to settings here. You can do the quick start, but we really don't need to do all the quick start stuff because most of it is handled by Scriptcase. So we just need to set the settings. And as you see here, the setting here, enforce HTTPS, is selected the yes, and we do not have the option to change that back. Facebook requires that you use HTTPS, so make sure you have your website configured to do that. Now what you need to do is add these valid OAuth redirect URIs. So you need to add it in there. So you can copy that link in there. You can hit enter and it'll add it. And just to make sure, I'm going to add one more that's more specific, which is the actual running script here. And this will ensure that whatever mode Scriptcase calls it in, it will always work. So we've added those two. And then we can hit save. And then let's go back to our login application and see if this works. So we'll click the Facebook login button. And we see our SE demo name. We could have selected a different icon. And it'll tell us that it's going to use a name, profile, and email address. And then it already has my Facebook account information set up here. So I'll tell it to continue as Nate. And it will log us into the system now. So now we're logged in. We don't have a lot of options here, and that's because Scriptcase has automatically added, using the function here in programming, PHP methods, FB return. Here, and calling some other functions, it's setting up that Facebook user in the default user group. And then from there, you can add it to other user groups to give the user the permissions that user should have. So that's how you set up Facebook authentication inside of your Scriptcase application. It's a lot simpler than doing it all yourself. It's a lot less coding. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.